Hello, social media family, and welcome back once again. This week, we are talking about becoming a sales and marketing ninja in your business. For those of you who don't know me and haven't come across any of my videos before, my name is Damian Reed, and I am a performance and freedom lifestyle mentor, coach, and international speaker. This series of videos is based on the habits of the week that we're sharing on all of our social media platforms here at Damian M. Reed International. And this is habit number 8 from my Amazon International best-selling book, which was a bestseller in the United States, Canada, and Australia. And where this habit fits into my 7-step to the freedom lifestyle system is that it's actually a part of step number 3, which is called ACT, and it's putting the actions in place to fulfill on your vision and the creation that you have of the kind of life that you're interested in living, primarily as a woman entrepreneur who we work with in most cases. This is really about having the life that you want. So let's jump in and talk a little bit about what does it mean to be a marketing and sales ninja out there in today's world of small business. You know, ninjas were known to be masters of ingenuity and adaptation. And that's really what we're talking about when we're talking about you taking on those characteristics for yourself as a small business owner. Though the markets that we compete in, the markets that we sell our businesses, that we exist in, change constantly. And it's important for us to be adaptable so that we can stand out against our competition. The last 19 or 20 months in the world, if nothing, have demonstrated how quickly the world market can shift and change, and how important it is for us to be adaptable and be able to pivot our business models, our sales models, our marketing models, so that we can continue to thrive as a small business owner. So most people collapse marketing and sales. And I want to set marketing and sales clear as 2 separate and distinct entities for you once and for all. Marketing is about getting known, and sales is about getting purchased. Saying that another way, marketing is about having people find you, and sales is about having people pay you. I keep it very clear in my mind with a little story that was told to me once upon a time by a colleague. And she said, Damian, think about it this way. You're single and you go into a bar. Marketing is about smiling across the bar and getting a smile back. Sales is about leaving with the phone number. So I just want you to keep that. That's the way I always think about it. I'm like, oh, okay, what am I doing? Is this marketing or is this sales, right? Am I leaving with the phone number, or am I just smiling across the room? So that's an important thing for you to keep in mind. And you know, there is no shortage out there of experts who promise to give us a fast, quick solution to making more money. It's one of the most abundant sales and marketing hook lines, taglines, campaigns that I see out there. You know, buy my services and I'll make you more money. I'm always weary of anything that's a quick fix. You know, the game of marketing and sales is really about understanding what the cost versus return equation or ratio is. And we're always looking to get the best return ratio or the best return equation. And make no question or doubt about it, every marketing activity costs something. It either costs you money to do things like advertising, social media ads, etc., paying someone to do something for you so that your marketing activities happen. It costs you time. So if you're doing it yourself, then there's time that you're spending doing that, and time has a cost. Or it costs you lost opportunity or lost opportunity cost. And that's what happens when you're spending your time doing that marketing activity and you could be doing something else that would provide a better opportunity. Perhaps you could be working on your sales numbers, or perhaps you could be working on something else that produces another return. So the whole idea of becoming a marketing and sales ninja is about understanding this sales math and doing it in such a way that you understand it specifically for yourself. You know, the way that I market and my sales funnel or ascension model works is going to be very different than someone who looks like me or offers some similar services. They may have an entirely different marketing structure. Their leads come from a different place. How they handle their sales come from a different place. The amount of automation that they have versus manual may be a different thing. And so they'll have different marketing and sale, what I call the sales math, to understand and to become an expert and a ninja in. Most people don't know their sales math. That's just the fact. And it comes down to very, very simple math and ratios. And once you understand the math and the ratios, there are countless different ways for you to become more effective at producing a higher return for the same or a lower cost. And that's what your aim and your goal is to do. So you want to become that expert in your own sales math. You want to read about things that are relevant to the marketing campaigns and tactics that you use. You want to understand the trends that are happening in sales. I read an article a couple of weeks ago that was talking about the shift in what now has sales conversations be successful versus 5 years ago. And if you think about how people want to be sold to today is not the same as the way people wanted to be sold to 5, even 10 years ago. You could hire a coach to work with you on this. You could hire a marketing expert. You could outsource so many different pieces of this. There's so many different ways that you can learn and increase your expertise. You could listen to podcasts. You could. One of the things that I caution people against is if you're reading a book on marketing strategies and tactics, just be cautious about the longevity of the tactics and so forth that are being discussed. Things like Facebook algorithms, Instagram algorithms, Google algorithms are changing on a constant basis. And the time from when someone starts writing a book to the time when it's published, to the time you buy it and have it in your hands, some of that information may be outdated. And you go, it's a book, it's a popular book. It's been on the bestseller list for, and it's been around for 2 years, and you pick it up and you start to try and implement those tactics and you find they don't work because they're outdated. So it's really important for you to understand what the current marketplace requires. And one of the things that I've come to realize is that I am not going to keep up to date on all of the different algorithms required for something like search engine optimization, otherwise known as SEO. There are people out there whose entire job is making sure they understand the Google algorithms and other search algorithms so that they can get your website found. People can find you, again, marketing, and they spend hours a week doing that. So why would I want to go and duplicate that? I'm just going to hire someone who understands those algorithms to do that work for me. And that's a smart hire to increase my effectiveness as a marketing and sales ninja. So let's talk about an example of the sales math, just so that I can walk you through something and just give you a sense of what this can look like. Let's say you have a sales target of 30,000 sales this month, and you're selling a service that is being sold for $1,500. Okay, well, the first thing you know is that in order to reach your sales target, you need to do 20 sales this month. All right, great. So what does it take for you to do 20 sales? Well, you know, because you've been tracking your sales math, that when you speak to potential clients, 10% of those clients turn into a sale. So you have a 10% conversion of your leads into sales. So that means that you need 10 times as many leads as the number of sales that you make. And that means you need 200 leads, okay, 200 conversations. All right, so you have to have 200 conversations in order to have those 20 sales. Now, if you're going to have 200 conversations over the course of a month, that means you need to have 50 conversations every week. And let's say that by, again, you've been tracking what happens. When you do a week's worth of calls, you realize that if you have a list of 100 people, you reach 20 people. For some reason, that's how many people you reach on the list. Otherwise, you leave voicemails, people don't call back, they don't answer, etc. So if you know you need to have 50 conversations a week, and only 20% of the people answer their phone or that you can have a conversation with, then you know you need to have 250 leads a week for you to call, or that translates into 1,000 leads a month. That's the number that you need to start with. That's the number that needs to flow from your marketing funnel for you to be able to start to have those conversations. If you have anything less than 1,000 leads, given that sales math, you will not achieve your 20 sales. It's just that simple. Like I said, the math is simple and it's straightforward. You just need to understand the different steps for it. And what I see time and time again is people start off the month, they have an insufficient number of leads, and then they still think they're going to hit their sales target, and they're just not. And at the end of the month, they're surprised, or they're just like, how, I don't understand. I worked really hard, whatever. So this is fundamental. Now, I'm not even talking about, in this scenario, the math that you need to understand on the marketing side about what does it take to actually produce 1,000 leads. Maybe you've got a marketing program where you're running Facebook ads, and you know that the Facebook ads actually cost you $5 a lead. And so to get 1,000 leads, that would cost you $5,000. So now you could do the return on investment for your Facebook ads. If it was $5,000 worth of Facebook ads and $30,000 worth of sales, you have a 600% return on investment. So you know that for every $5,000 you spend, you can make $30,000 worth of sales. So if you wanted to make $60,000 worth of sales, you could easily go to Facebook and up your ad budget in that month from $5,000 to $10,000, and that would result in double the amount of sales. See how that is? Very, very simple. Now, as I said before, there's so many different ways for us to influence the results. And so if you were to double your close rate, your conversion rate from leads to sales. You could make double the sales with the same amount of leads, or need half the leads to produce the same amount. If you were able to reach more people, you would need less leads. And so each one of those steps provides an opportunity for you to get more effective and therefore have the same amount of time or the same amount of money produce better results. And that's what becoming a sales and marketing ninja is all about. Listen, here's the most important thing I can tell you about this habit of the week. Get interested in your sales math. Don't glaze over. If you've watched this video and you noticed your brain checking out when I started talking about the numbers, stop, go back, watch it again, watch it again, watch it again, watch it again until it starts to make sense to you. And if you don't get it, you don't understand it, math is not your thing, go get help to make sure you do it, but don't skip it. This is super, super critical. And if you want reliable, predictable results in your business, you need to become a marketing and sales ninja. I really just want to thank you for tuning in and watching me. I don't take it for granted that you take the time to spend watching my videos, and I appreciate that you're here. I'm happy to speak with any of you. If you need any support, just reach out to me. And let's tune in next week for our next habit of the week. Have a great rest of the week, and